American figure skater Chen won the short program at the Beijing Olympics with a world record. The men's short program competition at the Beijing Olympics ended with a sensation. While Chen set another world record, breaking the curse of Pyeongchang 2018, Russian figure skater Evgeny Semenenko fought his main opponent, Yuzuru Hanyu. A student of Alexei Mishin, gave a chic rental in China, and bypassed the recognized genius. Unfortunately, other Russian single skaters could not boast of the same. Olympic champion Mark Kondratyuk was too tired after the team tournament, and made a few mistakes. Nevertheless, the student of Svetlana Sokolovskaya coped with his nerves and fought, which cannot be said about Andrei Mozolev. The athlete fell down after the first mistake. An unpleasant moment of the day was the fact that even with an excellent performance, Semenenko managed to push under the American without quads. Outrageous refereeing at the Olympics. Traditionally, in the first warm-ups, skaters who hardly claim the leading positions perform. However, the Chinese single skater Jin Boyang quickly destroyed this stereotype. The athlete performed the most difficult combination of a quadruple Lutz, a triple tool loop and a solo quad tool loop. Minor mistakes did not blur the overall impression of his performance, for which he received a solid amount of 90.98 points. Vladimir Levintsev did not disappoint either. A former student of Evgeny Plashenko coped with all the jumps, and scored 84.15 points. The performances of the following participants were not impressive. Skaters often made mistakes and generally showed a low level of skating. What cannot be said about Mark Kondratyuk? The student of Svetlana Sokolovskaya showed himself perfectly in the team tournament, giving out 2 brilliant skates. The skater entered the Beijing ice already in the status of an Olympic champion, which added spice to what was happening. Due to the tight schedule, it was much harder for him than for others. In a week, the athlete had to skate 4 programs, and therefore no one expected ultra-high results from Kondratyuk. We were ready to forgive Mark for any flaws, realizing that the load on the 18-year-old debutant of the Olympic Games was simply enormous. From the very first seconds, the hall froze with excitement. The powerful performance to the soundtrack from the famous Turkish TV series The Magnificent Century for the CSKA pupils started nervously. The skater was shaken on the quadruple tulip, but then Mark landed a triple axel, and instilled optimism in the fans. A small step out on a quad salchow almost deprived him of the cascade, but the athlete got his bearings, and attached a double tulip to the element. It is noticeable that Kondratyuk was tired. Nevertheless, the Russian fought to the end. The arbitrators appreciated his efforts and awarded 86.11 points. There is no reason to panic yet. Immediately behind Mark, his teammate Yevgeny Semenenko came on the ice. A student of Alexei Mishin, came to the tournament fresh and rested, and it was visible to the naked eye. In the short program, Zhenyu cleanly completed a cascade of quad and triple tulips, then easily jumped to quad salchow, and finished the program with the reference triple axel. The skater's path to this start was not easy. A series of setbacks, competition with Andrei Mozolev for an Olympic ticket, and a sudden replacement after the removal of Mikhail Kolyada due to a positive test for coronavirus could knock Semenenko's mood, but he gathered himself, and dispelled all doubts in him with a clear performance. The athlete was so convincing, that the judges did not find anything to complain about. All non-jumping elements were rated at the highest, 4th level. 95.76 points is his result. He did it, well done. Bravo Alexei Nikolaevich. Well, Zhenyu issued. Okay, clean. He even managed to sing in the middle of the rental. Clever, got ready, did everything. Irina Slitskaya commented on Semenenko's performance on the Air of Russia 1. Kevin A. misspoke at the courage, who was actively supported by the judges. Perhaps even too much. 93 points, even the athlete himself did not count on this. After the scores were announced, the Frenchman screamed with joy as he jumped to his feet. The penultimate warm-up was opened by the Latvian Denis Vasilev, who skated cleanly in his short program without quadruple jumps. Alas, Andrei Mozolev could not boast of the same. The word of Kirill Davydenko started with a confident cascade of quad and triple tulips, but fell from the quad salchow, and made a butterfly on the triple axel. Right artistic skating did not save Andrei. The judges treated the athlete's mistakes with all severity, estimating his performance at 77.05 points. Oh, what a pity. We have to really hope that he will qualify. I tore off the element, and the program ended there. And you have to fight until your last breath. We did not expect such a performance. Everyone was upset, said Irina Slitskaya after the performance of Mozolev. Two-time Olympic champion Yuzuru Hanyu turned out to be imperfect. The Japanese hit a quadruple salchow, but managed a quadruple tulip triple tulip combination. The skater performed the rest of the elements without blots, demonstrating outstanding choreography. For his rental, he received 95.15 points, and lost to Evgeny Semenenko. To the rescue of the Japanese came Hanyu's colleague on the national team Shomu Uno, who performed his program almost without errors. The magic violin of Antonio Vivaldi literally fascinated the audience. The referees were also impressed. 105.90 points. With this result, the athlete took the intermediate first place. The last group of participants brought even more drama to the competition. Daniel Grassl, as usual, suffered from multiple under-rotations and did not catch on for the top three. But Keegan Messing struck with fortitude. The athlete could not get to Beijing for a long time, but this did not shake his confidence one iota. The Canadian's classy rental earned a score of 93.24 points from the judges. Miniature Yuma Kajiyama blew up the arena to the incendiary song of Michael Bublé, When You're Smiling. With no visible effort, he jumped a quadruple salchow, a combination with a quad and a triple axel. 108.12 points is the skater's personal record. However, he could not get around Nathan Chen. The reigning world champion effortlessly coped with the most difficult content, from a quad flip, a triplex, and a combination of a quadruple lutz, a triple tulip. The student of Rafael Horiginian broke the curse of the last Olympics and gave an amazing performance of the short program. With a score of 113.97 points, a new world record, he won on the first day of the competition. After this, it was difficult for Maurice Katelishvili to perform. But the student of Itari Tutberidze did well, without making a single mistake. 97.98 points is his score. American Jason Brown closed the program. Without quadruple jumps, the skater could not compete for prizes, but unexpectedly he turned out to be higher than Semenenko, who performed 2 quads. It seems that the history of last year's World Cup is repeating itself, where the Russian was frankly condemned to please the US representative. Zhenyu showed himself perfectly in Beijing, and definitely did not deserve such an attitude. Outrageous refereeing at the Olympics. I really hope that Miss Hin's student will take revenge in the free program.